you are.
The title of my message tonight was He Paid a Debt.
Yes.
And we only have the power in the blood because of the cross. And we only have salvation because of the cross. So I love how God works things out and confirms what you're supposed to be speaking. So thank you to our worship team tonight for the songs that you led and being obedient.
Amen.
And we're going to start off in John chapter 4. I'd like to ask my mama if she'd stand and pray.
Lord, we thank you for this time of this service that we can get together, Lord, and to break your word, God, and to have the bread of life added to us tonight. God, I pray, God, that you would touch our hearts, God, anoint us, God, to hear your word tonight, God. God, I ask, God, that you would take a coal off the altar and anoint your vessel tonight, God. God, that she may bring forth, God, your word. And God, we give you praise, we give you glory, and everyone said,
Amen.
So starting in John chapter 4, we'd like to start with verse 3. It says, He left Judea and departed into Galilee, and he must needs go through Samaria.
Yep.
How many of us know Jesus always has a plan?
Yep.
He didn't go through Samaria for no reason. He had something he had to do.
Yes, he
And
did.
sometimes we have detours in our plans, and we're like, God, I'm supposed to be going here, but I stopped here. And sometimes we're so focused on why did I stop here, we might miss the work God has for us to do. So if you have a detour in what you're doing, don't get discouraged, because God may have you doing something along the way.
Amen.
Verse 5 says, Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus therefore, being weary with his journey, sat thus on the well. And it was about the 6th hour. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus saith unto her, Give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealing with Samaritans. God is no respecter of persons.
That's right. Amen.
He loves every single human being with everything he has. It didn't matter to him what was considered customary in their time. What mattered to him is that she was a soul that needed saving.
Amen. Amen.
Going down to verse 10. It says, Jesus answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. The woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? See, here she's a little bit confused. She doesn't quite really grasp everything that Jesus is trying to say to her. And sometimes we're in the same situation. Sometimes we're going, God, I'm not sure what you're trying to say to me. But God is not the author of confusion.
Amen.
And if you're feeling a little confused on something God's trying to tell you, keep praying, because He will make it clear.
Yes.
Confusion is not something He tries to do to us.
Come on,
He likes to make things clear, but sometimes we're not grasping everything He has to say, or sometimes we let our flesh get in the way a little bit, and we try to interpret it the way that we want. So if you feel like God's trying to tell you something, you're a little confused, keep praying, because He will make it clear.
Yes.
Amen.
Verse 13 says, Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water, springing up into everlasting life. The woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water, that I drink not, neither come hither to draw. So now she's getting an understanding. Jesus was loving and patient with her the same way that He is with us. Let's go down to, verse 16. It says, Jesus saith unto her, Go call thy husband, and come hither. The woman answered and said, I have no husband.
Right.
Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband. For thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband. In that saidest thou truly. The woman saith unto her, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet.
Yes.
See, Jesus knew her sin.
Yes, He did.
He knew everything she'd already done. But he didn't look at her and condemn her.
That's right.
He loved her. He called her sin out and brought it to her attention. But he did not condemn her.
That's right. Amen.
And he wants us to do the same.
Yes.
He wants us to love others that are in sin. He wants us to love others that don't know him. Because if we don't show them God's love, then we're not showing them the heart of Jesus.
Amen.
Called by her sin and still loved. I want to go down to verse 28. It says, the woman then left her water pot and went her way into the city and saith to the men, come see a man which told me all things that ever I did. Is not this the Christ?
Come on.
She had a revelation of who Jesus was.
She did.
Called out by her sin, but loved. And shown compassion and shown that there's another way. The NLT version of this, which is the New Living Translation, and for verse 28 says, the woman left her water jar beside the well and ran back to the village, telling everyone. I love that part. She left the water pot, she ran. Her water pot didn't even matter to her anymore. She just took off running, telling everybody. You know, I would have had that same excitement.
Come on.
Okay, guess what God did for me?
Come on.
Guess what he did? I would have, like Pastor, he does not come in contact with somebody hardly ever that he does not tell about Christ. You know why? Because he found something that could satisfy him more than anything in the world could.
That's right.
Amen.
He found a Christ that loved him and loves us, no matter what.
Amen. Good word. Amen.
Just like the woman at the well, we had a chain of sin around us. We had a debt that we couldn't pay. But Jesus came and paid our debt in full.
Yes, he did.
I want to go over to 1 Corinthians 6 and 20. It says, ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and your spirit, which are God's. You can't buy something of value. Something of value, I'm sorry, let's say it's different. Something of value doesn't have a price to it. No, there's not. Something that has no value is just tossed out. Free. Come get it. I don't want it. But something of value is purchased. And Christ purchased us
Yes, he did.
with his blood.
Amen.
Because we meant something to him.
That's right.
We were of worth to him.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
We were so precious that he sent something that was so precious to him, his only son, to come down and pay the ultimate sacrifice. Could you imagine, of course none of us are God, but could you imagine how he must have looked down and saw his son hurting?
Yeah.
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 Now that takes love for somebody else.
Yes.
Amen.
But we were so precious, we were so valuable
That's
to
it.
him
That's
that
it.
he gave he gave to me basically everything he could, because
Yes, he did.
your son, your children are precious.
Yes.
And to me, I love my husband, I love my kids, and I love my family. And to me, if that's all I had, I'd have everything.
Yeah.
So to me, he gave everything
Yes,
so
he
that
did.
we could live.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Because we are valuable.
Amen.
Even in our sin, he never gives up on us. Even when we turn our back on him, he never turns his back on us.
That's right.
Let's go over to Romans 5. And I want to go to verse 18 and 19. It says, therefore, as by the offense of one judgment came upon all men to condemnation, even so by the righteousness of one, the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life. For as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so by the disobedience of one shall many be made, so by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous. Adam, Eve, in the garden, brought sin upon us, but Jesus made the way to take our sin away.
Yes, he did.
Salvation is free for us, but it cost Jesus a lot. He took the burden of our sin at the cross. Then he laid down his life that we may be made righteous.
Amen.
Even though he knew all of our sin, he was still willing to go.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
You know, we walked
Thank you,
around
Lord.
with this heaviness of sin.
Yes,
I know I
Lord.
did.
Yes.
And I know some, like Sister Meeker, have served God their whole life, but some of us that haven't, we walked around out in the world with our burden of sin.
Yeah.
And even sometimes as Christians, we sin and we make mistakes. When I was out in the world, I walked around with this heaviness of sin. And you know what? My bill kept stacking up. And the price was getting higher and higher and higher. pay it.
Hallelujah.
And I was going down the road. I didn't want to go down anymore. But I couldn't pay the price. But the price was costing me everything. Until God came by. And he stamped. Paid in full.
Yes.
On my bill.
Yeah.
He paid my price. And he paid it in full. He didn't leave any bit left.
That's
He
right.
wiped it all away.
That's
All
right.
of it.
That's right.
And all my sin was paid in full. And I became a new creature. And not only did I become a new creature, you know what the Bible says? We get a new name.
Amen.
You know, names mean something to people.
Yes.
I was named after my Aunt Tammy that I love dearly. She's a beautiful, wonderful woman, and she's amazing. And my mom named me after her because it meant something to her. Parents don't just get a book and flip open and say, okay, I'm going to name you Beverly. That's probably not how it happened. They put some thought into it. It meant something to it. And our name from God means something to him.
Come on.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, Lord.
That's
Now,
right.
Thank
Sister
you,
Karen,
Lord.
maybe he looks down at you and he says, I see passion. I see passion for doing what I've called her to do. I'm going to name her something that means passion because that's what I see in her. Maybe Sister Peoples, he looks down at you and he says, I see joy. I see that smile that encourages the preacher
Come
every
on.
time she preaches. I see that smile that brightens the day. I'm going to name her something that means joy.
Amen.
Pastor, maybe he looks at you and he says, I see that enthusiasm. I see that happiness. I see that happiest man in the world. Maybe he's going to name you something that means enthusiasm.
Come on.
Come on, Missy. Come on.
Come on.
I'm hoping he looks at me and says, I see strong.
That's it.
I see a strong woman. I hope he names me something that means strong. But I know he stamped my bill,
Yes.
paid in full, and then he gave me a new name.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Praise God.
Good preaching.
I'm going to go over to Psalms 103.
Thank you, Jesus.
103:12 says, as far as the east is from the west, so far as he removed our transgressions
Yeah.
from us. Not only did he pay my bill,
Yeah, come on.
he took all my sin and he tossed it away.
Yes, he did.
And I don't know if I googled this once, how far as the east is from the west, and actually it can't be measured. It just goes on forever.
Never meets.
So sometimes we remember our sin because the devil likes to remind us, and he likes us to beat ourselves up over it. He likes us to feel like we're not adequate because of what we did. But God doesn't even remember.
That's right.
And he's
That's
the
right.
one that matters above all. And if he doesn't even remember them, why do we let the devil beat us up with them sometimes? But we do that.
Yeah,
We let him. We make ourselves feel inadequate because we forget how valuable
Yes.
we are.
Yes.
We
Amen.
were bought with the blood of Jesus,
Amen.
which was richer than all the gold, diamonds, silver, everything in the whole world.
Yes.
That's it.
He paid a price that could not be paid
Amen.
because we were that precious and that valuable to him. Sister Meeker, would you please come to the piano?
Thank
Good
you.
job, lady. Good job.
Good preacher.
I'd like to sing that song, He Paid a Debt.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
Let's all stand and sing it.
He paid a debt. He did not owe. I owed a debt I could not pay. I needed someone to wash my sins away. And now
not valuable. Or that the devil's been trying to beat you down with your past sin. We are valuable. And our sin, when we ask for forgiveness, doesn't matter to the Lord anymore.
Amen.
Our past is no longer the past. It's almost like it didn't even exist.
Right.
Because he remembers it no more.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants prayer for that, or you just feel like, you know what, I want some more of that enthusiasm in my witnessing, then we'd like to pray for you.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.